What's up, everyone? Atheist God here with my good buddy AGADM 137365.
What's up, everybody?
And today is the start of our talk show called AGADM, where we talk about literally anything. Today we've chosen a few topics to discuss. This video is aimed at getting you guys a little bit more acquainted with us and the channel. Our first topic today is, well, Battlefield talk.
You know what, Atheist God? What really got you into Battlefield?
Well, there was actually a funny story behind that. I was a big Call of Duty fan for the longest time, and I had this guy I worked with over at the Watch Tub a couple years back, and he always used to get mad at me because I played Call of Duty, and I would get excited for the new one coming out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Dude, you need to play some Battlefield, man." And he literally made me go to the store and purchase Battlefield 3 when it came out.
It's a great game, actually. I like
It actually was a great game. I love that game.
I'm actually a fan of Call of Duty too, as much as you might, because I know now you're a huge Battlefield fan. Are you a huge Battlefield fan?
Of course I am.
I like both games. Is that bad?
It's not great, but it's not bad either. I mean, they both have their little, they both have their pros and cons. But I mean,
I just feel like what brought me to modern FPSs was Call of Duty, and I feel like Call of Duty kind of set the ground for like more games like Battlefield to kind of like branch off of. You know what I mean?
well, yeah. I mean, Battlefield has been out for quite a long time, just about the same time as Call of Duty has. It was just never quite as big. But now that it's grown to the point where Battlefield 1 is starting to get like up there in the quality and the gameplay, it's getting a lot better. But
So, coming from a Battlefield fan such as yourself, do you think you could kind of explain like the differences that Call of Duty has that Battlefield doesn't, and Battlefield has that Call of Duty doesn't? Like the main differences between the games?
aesthetics is number one. Battlefield has a lot more aesthetics. The overall surrounding is a lot prettier. It runs better. You feel human. You're not so much running around, jumping around crazy. It's a little bit more crazy on Call of Duty.
Human.
It's not so arcadey either. The physics is a lot better. It's a little more realistic. I like the realistic factor on it.
I like the realistic stuff too, but when I first jumped into Battlefield, which was quite a long time ago, I think my first Battlefield game was actually Bad Company 1.
Oh, I remember that game.
Bad Company 1, and I remember playing the campaign, and I kind of felt overwhelmed from all that was going around me. There was explosions everywhere, and just lots of things happening. I didn't know where to go because Call of Duty just gives you an objective, and here, go to
It's
that.
very straightforward.
Yeah, and Battlefield, to me, it's like, here you have a map and figure it out where to go. You have this giant, massive area of land. You can just, it's good because it's a different style of game, and I respect both games. Like, for instance, on multiplayer, for Battlefield, it's just a wide open, no pun intended, it's a battlefield.
Yeah.
In Call of Duty, you have these maps that are kind of little, small compared to Battlefield. They're not even in a corner of Battlefield maps, and Call of Duty maps are more they're more along the lines of just close quarter combat, while Battlefield, it's all around you.
It's organized to be more of an arcadey kind of game, which is what it's known for. I mean, Battlefield is called Battlefield for a reason. But overall, I mean, what are your expectations for the new Battlefield 1 coming out? Are you excited or?
Oh my gosh! When it comes to Battlefield, Call of Duty now, I enjoy what Call of Duty's trying to do. They want to change things up, and the fans over the years have been wanting a lot of change because they were so used to the same, I guess you can say, copy and paste of the previous games, Modern Warfare, Modern Warfare 2. It got kind of the same over, and when fans wanted something different, Infinity Ward responded by saying, okay, let's take this to the future, and people like that.
You mean Advanced Warfare?
Yeah,
that did kind of crappy.
Yeah, it was cool at first, but I guess fans didn't respond to it as what they thought they wanted. It was totally different. It was too different for them, and I guess when I see Battlefield doing a step back from what Call of Duty was doing, it's kind of it's going back to how Call of Duty was, the boots on the ground, the historical accuracy of what was going on. Everyone wants to have that, good old-fashioned, just authenticity of a first-person shooter, how the old Call of Duties were, and I think Battlefield's going to deliver it with Battlefield 1.
And we'll find out when it comes out. All right, well, that's enough time we have for the first subject. We're going to move on to number 2, which is our upcoming games. We have a list of 5 games here that we've chosen.
Let me go first.
Okay.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm a real big fan of horror games, and when it comes to horror, like my biggest expectation I want to have is immersion. I when it comes to immersion, I want to feel like I'm actually there. I want to feel like I'm actually like in that situation. And I feel like a game that's coming out that's going to provide me with that is Outlast 2.
Outlast 2. Great game.
Yeah.
I played the first one. I played a crap ton of the first one. Scared the crap out of me.
It was scary. Like, I played it with my Turtle Beaches, and that wasn't such a good idea.
Well, I think it was more or less the fact you couldn't defend yourself. You just had to run.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was kind of disappointed. It's like, you can't hit people. But then again, you know, like, that's immersion, you know? The fact that it tells you can't do these things. It's like, you're pretty much just a guy, you know, helpless. And you're just trying to get out of there.
With a camera. And a lot of naked dudes.
Oh, yeah. So what do you think about Outlast besides being, like, you know, scary? And just the fact that it's scary. What do you like about it?
I like being on the edge of my seat constantly. That's what that game delivers. I like the fact that, you know, I played a game, I don't know if you ever played a game called Fatal Frame. It was on PlayStation 2 a long time ago, and that was one of my favorite games. These ones my older brother played all the time.
That's the game where you have a camera, and the only way the ghost can get away from you is to take a picture of that ghost while it's like going towards you. Holy crap, that was scary. I've never played it. I've seen gameplay. I probably would never play because that's... The way they make the ghosts look on there, they're just like creepy, man. They just look super creepy.
Alright, number 2 is, well, personally, I played a lot of this game. Well, the second version of this game coming out here soon. It's called Mafia 3. I'm pretty sure you've heard of it. It's all over the internet right now. What is this game?
From what I've known, man, Mafia 3, it's... I feel like it's... For me, I like a game with good story, and I feel like Mafia 3 can provide that. And you know, like, you have games like Grand Theft Auto, Saints Row, but I feel like Mafia 3 has a really good set structure on what a good, like, game that's open world sandbox can provide, plus a story, you know? Like, for Mafia 3, I played Mafia 2, great story and everything, but Mafia 3, I feel like it's going to deliver because from the main character, I feel like he has a lot of background to provide a great story on. You know,
well, the second one did a good job with that too.
Like the main character from Mafia 3, I know, came back from was it? I think it was Vietnam. He comes back home, wanting to start over with his new life, and it kind of gives me that feel of, like, you know, I don't know, just building up an empire, like an old classic mafia movie, and like it sets that because this guy has an ambition to start his own, like, you know, empire and like knock everyone down that's in his way, you know, like that typical, like, cool, like, mafia movie, like kind of like Scarface style. You know, he starts from the bottom. He starts from the bottom, like, not the Drake song, but he starts from the bottom, and like he's at the top literally, you know, from doing what he does. And it's set in like New Orleans, where, you know, and I can know, like, for next gen stuff, it's gonna be just amazing the way it looks too.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the map is gonna be pretty large in that game. Alright, our third one is, now I haven't heard very much about this game. I've seen a little bit of leaked gameplay, but it's called For Honor. I don't know much about this game. I just know
I've gotten bits and pieces of it. Like, it looks... I played this game called Chivalry. It's an indie game. It's first person, but I think For Honor is like a third person, like... I think For Honor is like a first... It's a third person, like,
That's that game when, like, when you're fighting someone, right? And I watched, I don't know if it was this game or not, but they're online, and he goes in his sword battle with this dude, and like when they swing their swords at each other, it shows like the direction they're supposed to move.
Yeah.
Is that game? Yeah, that game.
I think that's it. But like, you can choose different factions, and the factions you can choose are like a Viking, a knight, and a friggin' samurai, dude.
Oh, dude,
I choose a samurai, dude. It's so cool. It looks amazing too. I feel like that game's gonna provide us with like how like warfare was back then, and hopefully it'll give us the authenticity of, of good
raw
medieval
gameplay,
game. Yeah, and like hopefully it won't be like Chivalry. I'm just saying Chivalry as a, because I've played games that were based around Chivalry, and that Chivalry is one of those games, and it was an indie game, and I happen to like it, and I feel like For Honor will deliver.
Yeah, I hope so too. And our last one, you guys can probably already guess what it's going to be, and that's Battlefield 1. Not much we can really say about this game because I'm sure you already know everything there is to know about it, and probably participated in the beta, which was fantastic.
I liked it.
I had a lot of fun with that game.
I loved it.
That game was awesome. All right, moving on to topic 3. Our top 5 games. these are games that we've generated that are generally older games, but our top 5 nonetheless. Number 5 is Mortal Kombat. I played a ton of this game when I was a kid with my brother and had a blast.
Yes, like Mortal Kombat, I feel like I feel like Mortal Kombat kind of started me off with video games in general because, you know, growing up as a kid, I had a Super Nintendo, but I never played it. It was actually one of my older brothers, and he happened to get a copy of Mortal Kombat and started playing that, and I loved it. I fell in love with it because, like I said, it was pretty much my first ever video game I ever played, and and for it to be like the most gruesome game at the time, I think it was.
Oh yeah, it had a lot of controversy.
Yeah,
on it.
and like for all that's for me my first game, I think that's a win-win for me because you know, controversy, blood, gore, fighting. I feel it was a good game for me to start off with.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It's real metal.
Yeah, real.
Our next one is Call of Duty Finest Hour. This game right here, I believe the first, from my knowledge, it's the first one I ever played. First Call of Duty ever to come out, and I played it on the PlayStation 1, and it was just, I couldn't go back and play the game over. It's got the replayability on this game is so awesome. It's great. It's great. For the time it came out, it was way above its time.
Yeah, like when I feel like Call of Duty, you know, Call of Duty to me is always going to be that. It's always going to be that World War II shooter to me. Call of Duty, you know.
Once it left that bracket, it wasn't Call of Duty anymore.
Yeah, like for me, I feel like, you know, Call of Duty got inspired, I believe, by like older games like Medal of Honor, you know, like the Doom games back in the day. You know, whenever first-person shooters were starting to be developed, you know, Call of Duty kind of took that and, you know, took it under its wing and started putting it into their perspective of how a first-person shooter should be, while, you know, grasping onto like historical events that happened during that time. I feel like Call of Duty kind of it made fans like grasp onto it because it was so new at the time, and you know, with Medal of Honor and everything, Call of Duty was kind of a step up from that PlayStation 1 kind of, you know,
the limitation of the hardware.
Yeah, the limitation of the hardware. And I feel like Call of Duty to me was it was a starter of a lot of games today when it comes to FPSs. Let's just say that.
Well, I mean,
to me at least.
Yeah, to you at least. I mean, see, I used to play a lot of Doom when I was a kid, so Doom was more or less like, it's kind of my standing ground of FPSs. But I was so young at the time, I just wanted to kill things.
Yeah.
But then Call of Duty came out, and this game was just it was mind blowing.
And then your friend told you to buy Battlefield 3.
Yeah, and then Battlefield 3. Our next game is God of War.
Holy crap!
At the time, you couldn't get a more gruesome, more hack and slash game. Besides, what was that game with that Dante guy?
Oh, Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry. Yeah. Besides that game, which was a hard game, God of War was an outstanding game.
Let me tell you something, man. When I think of God of War, I think of friggin' PS2.
PS2,
because PS2, I had a PS2 at the time. If you didn't have a God of War for PS2, you were missing out. You had to have God of War for PS2.
Didn't it come with a free copy when you bought the console?
I have no idea, but God of War has been out since I was like 13, and I'm 21 now, and they're like, God of War 3 released like 3 years ago, I believe, or something like that.
Well, the new one's coming out too.
Yeah, I heard they're making a new. Oh yeah, the new one. It's crazy because I feel like this game has been with me so long in my life. You know, you have to have it in there because for a game company to keep moving forward as much as, you know, like God of War, Santa Monica Studios, you know, they're working hard at what they're believing in. Like, you know, a game as great as God of War and how it looks and the combat and, you know, sticking, you know, to its roots, which was like, you know, from PS2 to freaking PS4 now. You know, that's amazing, you know. It's been around since like I was a kid pretty much, and that's awesome.
I used to play that game all the time. My sister used to hate me for playing it because it was so gruesome, and I was like 10, and she hated me. She hated me for it because we used to play house when I was a little kid, and like she would go to work, you know, in the game, and then I would go to my room and play God of War, and she'd walk in my room like, I thought you were at work or whatever when we were kids and stuff. It was great. I got
God of War would do that.
I was addicted. All right, number 2 was a close call for both of us. We didn't really know what. We didn't really want to separate the two between each other, but
I'll let Atheist answer this one first. What his number 1 game was?
My number 2 game it would have to be Battlefield 4. I'm madly addicted to this game.
Sorry, number 2.
Number 2.
You said Battlefield 4?
Yes, as my number 2 spot.
Please explain.
Battlefield. as I said, that story before, it's ever since I got onto Battlefield in 3 when it came, when I played that one, even before that when I played Bad Company 2 and 1, it was like I wasn't really into it at the time. But Battlefield 3 stole my heart, and I've been playing it, Battlefield all the time. And it's one of my favorite games. I can't get off. What about you?
My second favorite game, it's hard to choose because there's so many good games out there, but I feel like I said, I want to get immersed into the game, and I feel like, Outlast, man. I know it's an indie game, but it looked great. It got a great story, and
it's a full title game now. I mean, the second one coming out, it's a AAA title.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I feel like when I first played Outlast, and it was at my cousin's, he showed me, and sorry for cussing, but I was scared shitless. I was scared out of my wits because I've never played a game like this. You had to have a camcorder out, night vision. No one's ever seen that. It's usually just darkness, and but it was a whole new way of horror games, and that was amazing to me. And I don't know, I feel like Outlast kind of took me for number 2.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to number 1, the final spot. This one we could not agree, so we had to choose 2 separate games.
Okay.
But mine, Bioshock. If you have not played Bioshock, you need to go do me a favor and go buy the game and play it. It is madly addicting. It is a little freaky. It's not that much of a scary game, but it is story driven as heck.
And they also, I heard they released a triple pack now on.
You get all 3 games.
Yeah.
With the new one, with the recent
console,
one.
I believe, and I think PC, they had that too.
Oh, I might pick that up then. All the games that they've ever come out with Bioshock have just been fantastic. Great gameplay. It's engrossing how you can get into the game, and it's gruesome and it's hilarious.
My favorite Bioshock is the first one.
Yeah, of course.
Dude, I don't. Infinite was great. I loved it. Never really got into Bioshock 2. Bioshock 1, I felt like it had the perfect amount of suspense, horror, and action.
Yeah. I don't remember if you remember when the launch trailer came out, when it showed "Welcome to Rapture," and then it played that song, and then it shows because there's another one, a reboot version of that, where it showed your main character going down a hallway, and he sees a little girl, and he tries getting her, whatever, and he gets him and follows the Big Daddy, and then it gets drilled to the stomach. That was the most. I was. What? What?
Now that you mention it, I feel like I've seen that, but it was that part wherever you catch little sisters. Is that what they're called?
Little sisters.
Whenever you catch them, it gives you the option to harvest them or.
You can kill them or let them free. Yeah.
I felt so bad to kill them because as bad as they look, they say they're not little girls. They just felt bad for killing because they're no.
Out of the thousands of times I went through that whole game, I've never really decided to go to kill him. I couldn't do it.
You always set them free?
I always set them free. Even though I did one time and I felt really bad and I had to reset. I had to open my other save because I felt really bad. But all right, what is yours?
Man, over the years I've been hopping to system, console to console, and I feel like for me, when it comes to immersion and a good story, I'm a PlayStation guy. Atheist is he's a PC guy, and we kind of have our disputes. And I know this game is really based around console, PlayStation only, pretty much. And that game is Uncharted, and
the staple of PlayStation games now.
And I feel like every game that's on a next generation console should look like Uncharted, because I feel like Uncharted provides such a great immersion, feel, look, and story for the game, and I've played the first one, and, I played the second one, and they're great, you're always on edge when you play a game because you feel like your life's in danger every second because you're climbing these rocks and you're wild through a hell of gunfire, you have these situations that can happen and you're like, holy crap, it just feels like you're in a big movie, and I feel like Uncharted kind of provides that holy crap feel to it,
it's constant intensity.
Yes, it's like a genuine action movie. If that action movie was on a PlayStation game, I feel like Uncharted kind of gives me that vibe, and it's I haven't been this excited for a game. I just picked up Uncharted 4. I know John wasn't really
I don't not like Uncharted. I played all 3 of the other ones. I just couldn't it's not. I don't like third-person shooters all that much. I'm really into FPSs, but Did you know about Uncharted 4, when you start the game off and you go in through the crowd of people chasing that guy? I don't know if you got that far in the game.
I did go that
obviously
far.
You did. If you got to that point where the guy leaves you and you wait for 5 minutes, I think it's 5 minutes, you get an achievement. Because at the launch of the game at E3, when that happened in that scene, the game froze.
Really?
So they put it as an Easter egg in
I remember
there.
hearing that. What was the trophy called?
I don't remember. I think it was like
Something like oops or something, right?
no, it was
Like
it
thanks
was
for waiting.
something. I don't remember. I'll have to look it up and find it.
That's
But
so freaking funny.
It's
How,
funny,
like
I think.
games, like they do that to kind of like that's
to laugh at their own joke. I mean, it's
Yeah, they're kind of owning up to their mistakes, which is cool. It's a cool. But anyway, yeah, Uncharted, man. Like I picked up Uncharted 4, and same like every other Uncharted game, I'm blown away. And
it's a great game.
yep.
All right, and a little honorable mention, and ADM isn't gonna like me for saying this, but I want to say Metro Last Light. That game was amazing. And moving on.
Is that a book in Russian?
Yes.
Okay, go to the next one. God darn it.
All right, our favorite. This one's just a little quickie to end the video off. It's our favorite genre of video game, and as you can obviously tell, mine is first-person shooter games. Engrossment is my nature.
How so?
How so? It's just, I don't know. It's fun. I don't like because it's like with third person. Okay, I like online FPSs because with first person, you don't get to peek around a corner like you do in a third person. So people always kind of know. I get like the advantages of that, but when it comes to first person, it's like raw. What you see is what you get, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I know you say third person is like different, but you like Grand Theft Auto, right?
Oh, I love Grand Theft Auto.
Would you consider? I know it's a third person, but would you consider it as a third person game? Like based on how you play it?
It's considered a they call it open sandbox game. It's considered a third person shooter because it's involving guns. And I played every single Grand Theft Auto to have ever come out, and every one of them says the same thing on the reviews. So yeah, it's considered a third person shooter.
Because it's a sandbox, and you said like third person, like pretty much going back to the last topic, like Uncharted, like differently. Would you consider Uncharted different from GTA?
No, it's massively different. It's a whole different game.
They both have the guns, but like.
Because see, Uncharted is story driven. It's designed to.
Linear, right?
It's very linear. Grand Theft Auto is it's a wide open sandbox third person shooter where you can do whatever you want. I'm sure everyone here knows that.
I feel like games have sub-genres within that genre, like third person, but like it's a third person sandbox.
Like third person tactical games,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. And if you're going into that, I think my favorite would just be a first person linear shooter then. I mean, like Doom. I don't know if you guys have ever played the new Doom coming out, or the one that did come out. That game was awesome. I've never been more happy with a reboot.
That game. When I'm pissed off, I boot up that game and just bring out the chainsaw.
Bring out the chainsaw, man. That game is rowdy.
My favorite genre, going at me now, is probably horror.
Horror? See, I like horror games. It's just like, I don't like horror movies. I like horror games because I control whether or not I die.
I'm really picky on horror movies. Since you speak of that, like, when I told you a while ago, I saw the Blair Witch with my girlfriend, and she was like, "It's scary." I'm like, "It's stupid," because you have that cliche group of teens go in the woods. Okay, they're camping out, they die.
Yeah.
I don't like stuff that I'm gonna know that's gonna happen. With horror games, I look for that kind of stuff. It was just like for Outlast. I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, we're in an insane asylum. That's kind of, typical. But then again, that game provides me with like what's gonna happen next. That's why I like horror, because I like being on the edge of my seat, wanting to know like, oh man, if I turn that corner, is this gonna happen? Is this gonna happen? I like that constant feel of what if. That's why I like horror so much.
Yeah, horror games are a lot of fun. Alright guys, that's all the time we have today. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave a comment down there about your favorite games or genres even. I'm Atheist God.
And I am ADM.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Later.